What's up, y'all? I'm outside in these Philadelphia Eagles YouTube streets, man. I know I've been MIA a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to drop this video. Haven't been feeling all that good the last couple of days. It's been hot in Texas, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, I got a good one for y'all here. You know what I'm saying? You might want to tune in. I mean, we beat the Cheifs. You know what I'm saying? I figured we would. I thought we'd beat them a little bit more. We're going to get into the whole script. You know what I'm saying? But please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And I got to ask y'all, what did y'all think about the Canelo and Crawford fight? I kind of figured Crawford would win. I picked him to win. I actually thought he would knock him out because I thought he got, you know what I'm saying, some pretty good knockout power. But some people probably turn the video off right after they watch that because they was probably going for Canelo. But you know what I'm saying? Canelo a good fighter, taking nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? He pound for pound among the best, among the elite. You know what I'm saying? This was a fight that's probably was going to be better than any fight that's up and coming. I mean, speaking of which, you know what I'm saying, a YouTuber, I forgot his name, you know what I'm saying, fighting, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I think Tank can knock him out, though, you know what I'm saying, real talk. But anyway, he better knock him out anyway. It was kind of interesting to me to watch that fight because, you know, like I said, it was just probably going to be one of the better ones, you know, up and coming pretty soon. So the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This was another movie. I know last week was a movie. And part of the dramatic part of the movie is Kevin Patullo, man. I'm going to talk about that first. I have been getting vibes of what we had a couple years ago. We got too good of a squad to be worried about a coach not getting us there, man. For real. Like, I'm hoping it switches up. It's early. I get it. But I don't like what I'm seeing. Jalen Hurts had a modest game. Only about 100 yards. Thrown, you know, he got a touchdown. I think he got a touchdown. I think one or two. I think he got 2 touchdowns. Anyway, it was brotherly shoves and one thrown touchdowns. You know, I do count them all. I count all the touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Because it's points that you ain't got if you don't score the touchdown. Anyway, so I'm not even worried about that because in doing so, we got the dub. You know what I'm saying? And I know they was going to show up and they was going to try to show out. They got physical with us, which I figured they would. Their defense get after it just like ours do. Our defense did play great. I think they didn't play great. I think they played a notch below great, but they did their job and they came up with the dub. They made sure that Patrick Mahomes was running for his life again. So, man, it was a movie, man. I loved it. Saquon Barkley had a pretty nice game, too. Some would say probably that it was a little lackluster for his standards with the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. And it was a little substandard. And the reason why I think it was because Kevin Patullo, like last week, had him running inside too much. I think he's better suit. And don't get me wrong, he can go between the tackles. You know what I'm saying? He can hit between the tackles just like nobody business. And if he get loose in the, you know what I'm saying, the secondary, he's out of there. We already know that. But I'm saying, like, they got a heavy front in the defensive tackle. Chris Jones ain't no bum, but we already know. So I just didn't like the fact that we wasn't really bouncing Saquon every once in a while to the outsides and see what he can get because he's, like I said, explosive, especially when, you know, he got some space to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like I just wasn't really a big fan of that. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? But he did look good. Don't get me wrong. I think he had a great game. You know what I'm saying? Because he did get 88 yards, I believe it was. Saquon Barkley it is. And he also caught the ball a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. The guy does great things, as we already know. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to keep on beating the dead horse. I ain't got to talk about that. But I'm saying they think they shut him down. A lot of people think that he was shut down for his standards. I personally, like I said, disagree. So that's why I'm bringing it up, because I think Saquon Barkley, like I said, he rushed for a touchdown. He was very effective whenever he had the ball in his hand. So, again, I think Saquon Barkley had a pretty decent game. Do I think it could be better? Yes, absolutely. No question. That's why I'm talking about this in the first place. I wanted to talk about it last week. I think I even mentioned it last week about Kevin Patullo, and I'll keep mentioning it because, like, for real, I'm having flashbacks. Y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta hold me down. For real, I'm having flashbacks. Like I said, it's still young. We still can do some things, but last thing I want to see is what I saw a couple years ago. As a Philadelphia Eagles fan, we know that shook us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got the playoffs, but, you know, of course, Tampa Bay, you know, we got y'all in a couple weeks, inshallah. But we had a team then that could have did some great things as well, and I think actually had the potential to at least go to an NFC Championship game. Super Bowl, I actually believe we could have won a Super Bowl that year, but like I said, we just didn't have the coaches in the building, and that will screw up a whole program. And I think that I'm not here for that this season, bro. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to feel me on that. Of course, I got to mention when Saquon Barkley hit a defender, he hit him pretty good, too, right here. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for him hitting the defender, he would have, he was still looking for more yards. He was still looking for a field. But, yeah, that kind of, knocked him out of bounds. But Saquon Barkley, man, for real, alhamdulillah. He a real one. And it's funny because, like I said before, and I probably said it a couple of times in my videos, man, I wasn't really a big fan of bringing him over to the Philadelphia Eagles, but I'm so glad we did because, like I said, he's glad he did as well because, like I said, I didn't know that was a match made to what it is now. A.J. Brown had more of an impact in this game as well. Not a whole lot, but, he was more involved in the game this time. And, he had a crucial one-handed catch. I don't know if y'all saw that. That was crazy. When I first saw that in real time, I was like, I thought he missed it at first, but yeah, he hauled that bad boy in. And it was at a crucial time because, the game could have definitely went another way had he not caught that ball. So I'm glad that he stays focused, and I wouldn't expect nothing else from A.J. Brown. But he stayed focused even though he might not have the games that he necessarily, desire to have. It's easy to, think I'm not getting the ball anyway and go sleeping, when it's time to play ball still. Devontae Smith did his thing in the game too. Man, speaking of which, man, they was hitting my brother Devontae Smith hard. Pause. Big pause. But I'm saying, like he was hitting the ground pretty hard. I was worried about my brother out there, you know what I'm saying? But he a tough dude, man. And he got hitting harder than that. But like I said, I don't think I've seen him get hit that many times consecutively in one, football game. So I was definitely concerned with him. But like I said, he's tough, man. Alhamdulillah, he was okay. He got up and he kept playing, kept balling out. He wasn't fearful of catching the ball. If the ball come his way, he gonna catch the ball. I love that about my guys. Like they was hitting A.J. Brown hard. I think one of them kind of flipped him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. Like I said, these guys are tough, alhamdulillah, and they come to work. And like I said, nothing's really gonna faze them. I love the way these brothers be locked in, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel me on that if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. If you're not, and you're just a casual watcher, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, you still gotta appreciate the fact that these brothers get up. You know what I'm saying? They get after it. You know what I'm saying? They don't let little minor things deter them from their game. And sometimes it's not minor, you know what I'm saying? But I know they both are looking like I am when it comes to some offense right now. And I'm sure that we'll get it corrected. Inshallah, Allahu Alam. I do believe we will get it corrected. Because I don't think Sirianni want to deal with what he dealt with a couple years ago as well. You know what I'm saying? So A.J. Dillon ran the ball pretty effective as well, like Saquon did. He wasn't called that many times. I think maybe two. He didn't get no more than 4 carries. I'm sure of. But yeah, like it's good to see everybody's contributing. But we just need some better plays, better scheme, better way of adjusting to what the other team is trying to do to us. Because it seemed like we're not really adjusting. We'll talk real quick about Patrick Mahomes and his Cheifs. Like I said, they was at home. It's a loud stadium. We already know that. The fans was crazy with it. I'm sure they were. I think Mahomes looked kind of pedestrian when he's throwing a deep ball. The deep ball has not been his strong suit this season. I'm glad for it, too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he didn't have a, accurate day so much down the field against us. Now, he did. He did have one, as you already know. Boy, this one right here was pretty. I ain't gonna hold you. Dude Cannon was in full display for real on this play right here. So I gotta give credit where credit is due, man. I like to see it when it happened in real time, but to keep it a bean, like, it was a remarkable play. And Quinyon Mitchell was just a little bit late on, the pursuit of the wide receiver. And Patrick Mahomes can find open space though, and that's what he did. So as soon as he saw some openings, saying that he can run through, he was definitely doing what Patrick Mahomes do. And I was upset because, we got home, but when we didn't get home, and he got off. The Chiefs was talking about penalties and all that stuff, and, but you can see this hold right here that the referee didn't call from the right tackle, and it allowed Patrick Mahomes to get free, and he got busy. That's what he was doing, getting busy. But that one right there definitely should have been called, I'm sure. There was a couple more. That right there was blatant. So I saw that in real time. I was watching this Philadelphia Eagles program the other day, and I was like, I didn't know that Patrick Mahomes only got picked off by 2 rookies in his career. And those rookies were yours truly, Cooper DeJean last season in the Super Bowl, of course, and Andrew Makuba. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Makuba balled out, speaking of which, man. Hey, that interception definitely saved the game. That interception saved the game. You know what I'm saying? Because Patrick Mahomes started to do what Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we already know they're a formidable team. They don't look as tough as they did a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, but they still the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake about it. And I bet you any of my money that none of our division rivals will beat the Chiefs this season. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a betting guy, but I bet you probably that. The defense was out there handling their business. Yeah, we got cooked a couple times, but again, you got a good team like the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get cooked sometimes. They get paid over there too, like they say, right? And of course, they was without Rashee Rice and they was without Worthy. And they still did a pretty good job. I mean, they do great. They weren't world beaters by no stretch, but they made some plays. You know what I'm saying? But speaking of which, our defense made some plays. That's what I'm talking about. The defense made a lot of plays out there. I think Adoree Jackson played a pretty decent game. It was 50-50. You know what I'm saying? You can say 60-40. Either way you want to put that. But I did see some things about his game that I liked a little bit this week against some not really number one receivers and number two receivers. So you do with that what you will. Jalen Carter was back in the game. He was a little rusty, I heard, because he had a shoulder injury or something like that in the offseason. And then he didn't really work out that much in the offseason as far as, the practices or whatever. So, he's kind of out of shape, if you will, as far as football shape. But I'm sure it won't be that long before he get back, back in order and everything is tight with him. But Ojomo did real good. He had a sack. I think him and Makuba shared a sack. They played exceptional. I still have to say that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but our offense need to get it together, and I ain't gonna go back to that. But yeah, our defense played good. Like I said, Fangio surprised me with some of the blitzes that he sent to Patrick Mahomes. The blitz actually got home a lot of times. So yeah, man, our defense clamped down and stopped the Chiefs from getting the fourth down twice in the game.
Yeah, that's right. Brush that weak ass fade.
The Chiefs also tried to stop us on fourth down, I think a couple times in the game at least. And, we came through and made it happen. One of the times they said Hurts didn't get it. Even Hurts said himself he believed he got it. I believe he got it. And all that little fake measurement thing they got, we already know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? We already know what that's about, man. It's trash. And they conspiring, in my opinion, the way I see it, to demonize that play, the brotherly shove we're going to get into, you know what I'm saying? But the brotherly shove, it was effective. And I love the fact that we kept using it because other teams, and they were one of them, who petitioned for us to get rid of it and voted for us to get rid of it. And see, my thing is, I love the brotherly shove, but I don't necessarily want to see it all the time. But right now, I'm petty like that when it comes to football world, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see these guys get bullied with the brotherly shove. I want to see everybody who voted against it to get bullied against the brotherly shove. You know what I'm saying? And Chiefs was one of them. And of course, they had a lot of ruckus. Said they got the ball on one of the first downs we got, but they ain't get nothing but a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Brush that weak ass fade.
But we ran a brotherly shove about 6 or 7 times, and all of them was really successful. But they try to act like one of them wasn't. So, you know what I'm saying? You already know what that was, like I said before. What's crazy is the Bills is still doing it, and all these teams that voted against it is still doing it. I'm not sure if they're trying to be funny or not, and they still being unsuccessful at it too. I love it. But I hope they keep on not making it happen because, like I said, to me, it's hypocritical to petition to get rid of a play because it's dangerous and using the same dangerous play for your agenda. Come on, man. You know it's hating the whole time. They just hating, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't really care about the brotherly shove like that. I love it, but at the same time, I think we can use a quarterback sneak and it'll still be just as effective. In fact, that's what they call it anyway. One of the times we used the brotherly shove, it was crazy because out of desperation, the Chiefs players was acting like we fumbled the ball after the whistle was blown. That had me cracking up. I ain't gonna hold you. I was watching a video with Jason Kelsey, and he was talking about, he was keeping the bean though. He was talking about, there was a couple times that we actually jumped early and what have you, and we did jump early. I'm gonna keep it a buck about that. We jumped early a couple times, and yeah, we got breaks a couple times. And I understand that they're gonna act like this is gonna be banned because the play gonna be banned because it's so much. The referees can't officiate it, you know what I'm saying, really that well. So they want to say that's the new, it's dangerous now, you know what I'm saying? So they're saying that they can't officiate it. Well, if that was the case 2 years ago when we was in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, it was funny how they seen Siamalu jump early. That cost us. It's also funny how they're gonna tell you they can't officiate it if that's the case now. They can't officiate it right, and they telling you that Jalen Hurts didn't make a first down and he really made a first down. You know what I'm saying? And they can't see when those guys are across the line as well. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, you see these guys across the line. You know what I'm saying? You see their hands sometimes on the line. I see that almost every week when we doing this brotherly shove, and it's hardly ever called. Every once in a while it's called, and sometimes we get them to jump off sides, so that's great. And they did jump off sides a couple times. Matter of fact, one time we got the call for jumping off sides when they actually moved first. It was crazy. I know I wasn't the only one who saw that, right? Yeah, man, but anyway, the referee's gonna find a way, and they're gonna always try to find a way to chump us out of something, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be bad officiating, or whether it be, you know what I'm saying, them petitioning to take away the brotherly shove, or whether it's from how we do the salary cap. They always gonna find something, you know what I'm saying, to try to, you know, bring, better yet, another one, how we don't have back-to-back games this season at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's in history ever been done. You know what I'm saying? And they laced us with a whole crazy schedule to begin the schedule with. It's like real heavy. So I'm thinking that they would hope that, you know what I'm saying, we would lose. Roger Goodell already pissed off because he didn't get his way for the brotherly shove. So like I said, man, it's a lot of things, man. If you're not a Philadelphia Eagle fan, you probably can't understand. But if you are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know we making up, and you know we got to make up. Like I said before, and like I always say, and if it smell like a duck, quack like a duck, then what is it? Not a chicken? I'm about to get out of here, man. But before I do that, I got to talk about these referees. You know what I'm saying? It'll be real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got to listen to this right here. You know what I'm saying? I think they had, for the most part, not too bad of a game as far as the Cowboys go. And speaking of the Cowboys game, if y'all watch the Cowboys game, they got the referees was on they nuts tough. And ain't no pause with that. They was on they nuts. They was on the Cowboys nuts. Boy, I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was crazy work. I mean, Giants got 14 penalties. You know what I'm saying? I would say half of them was legit, though. I'm going to keep it a bean. Half of them was legit. The other half, I don't know what, especially the one over and over roughing the passer on Dak. And then one of the commentators said, oh, well, if you're a Cowboys fan, you know, you're like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Shut up about it. If you're, you know, who are they playing? The Giants fan, then you're going to call that holding. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was. Like, they get a no call. It's crazy. It'd be crazy. If I wasn't so invested in being a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even watch the NFL. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? But because they be pissing me off with these weak-ass, trashy calls. Like I'd be so frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Because ain't nothing I can do about it. If I could do something about it, I would be so flustered about it during the game. But, yeah, they had some weak calls, man. The roughing the passer on the time that Jahai Campbell had got to Mahomes, man. The no call on Smitty, you know what I'm saying, when he was running down the sideline. Yeah, this definitely should have been a call on that right there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this video is not going to show you because they didn't want to show that on the replay, of course. So, but anyway, I'm going to show you. You know what I'm talking about if you watch the game. As far as I'm concerned, refs.
Yeah, that's right. Brush that weak-ass fade.
But as the story goes, the Philadelphia Eagles are victors in this week. We are the victors, and the Chiefs, y'all was the victim. Y'all fell victim once again to the Philadelphia Eagles. And as long as that keep happening, I'm pleased with the product. You know what I'm saying? Now, not 100%. I know it can get better, but you got to get better. But hey, y'all, this video was fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that was pretty much left out of the video, obviously, because I'll be here for 3 hours talking about it. But if y'all saw it, you saw it. If not, look at the replay. It was an entertaining game. It was kind of sloppy, but I did love it because we got the dub. As y'all already know, it's un-American to hate the Philadelphia Eagles. It's Fly Eagles Fly over here. Go Birds. Platinum Eagle Podcast.